Some wisdom is found on the surface, and some wisdom takes us deeper. Welcome to Get Deep, where we dive into the thoughts, truths, and affirmations that help us grow, reflect, and move forward. I'm Deborah D.E.E.P. Mouton, and every episode we'll explore the power of words, the strength of resilience, and the beauty of introspection. Come in, take a seat, and let's get deep. Sometimes writing for me surprises me. Not just the characters and how they develop or how the plot line tends to shift and grow in ways that are unexpected. Sometimes it's the very process of the writing that is surprising. When I was writing my memoir, Black Chameleon, something new happened in my process. Where usually I would get up in the mornings and write first thing, there was this new stirring that would happen to me between 3 and 5 a.m. It seemed to be the best time for me to write. Maybe it was because the whole house was quiet and everyone was asleep. Maybe it was because something that had been living in my body and been processed over and over again finally found its voice. Maybe it was God or inspiration or any of those other things that make the writing happen, but in this moment of time, it just seemed to work better than everything else. So I did some research because I'm a person who likes to dive down rabbit holes. And I actually found that there was an old tradition called the creative hour. It meant people would go to sleep around 10 p.m. and wake up around 2 to 3 in the morning. They would then spend the next 3 hours creating work, whether it was art or some project that they were working on. It's kind of linked back to our olden days where we had woodworking projects and things of that nature. And then they would go back to sleep around 5 or 6 o'clock, sleeping until 10 a.m. before they started their day. This was the way our bodies were programmed to create and to work and to process. I found that really inspiring to think that I wasn't doing something new, but somehow I was tapping into something that was more ancestral, that was older than me, some proven way of working that maybe isn't used anymore, but holds some power within it that I can't explain. And so for the entire book, I would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, completely unprovoked. I wouldn't set an alarm, but it was like voices started to speak to me in those moments. I could hear the book unraveling in my head and my fingers quickly work to keep up. That for me was my creative hour. Since then, I've tried to tap back into that, writing at 3 o'clock in the morning, only to find gibberish sometimes or half-conceived thoughts. It doesn't always work, but for me, I found what did work for the thing that I was making. As you may be struggling with a project or trying to figure out how to put in place some ritual for yourself, a lot of people say that writing every day is necessary. And I will say that half of writing, if not more, is the thinking about the writing. It is the processing and the playing it out in your head. It's watching it like a movie swirl around in your brain. I think if you can make space and time for that, you can tap into an unlimited power that can help you to create anything you desire. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. I hope this moment of reflection stays with you, guides you, and reminds you to keep going. If you found value in this episode, let's keep the conversation going. Follow me on Instagram at @LiveLifeDeep and share your thoughts, your wisdom, and your light. And if you're enjoying the podcast, the best way to support it is simple. Subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Your support helps others find this space of growth and inspiration. This has been a Gemini's production. You can explore some of the other podcasts on the network by going to GeminisProductions.com or following on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube at Gemini's Productions. Until next time, remember, you've been given today. What you do with it is up to you.